welcome back. Today we're talking about something that is really hard for high achievers to do and oftentimes really difficult for women, even though it comes naturally. And that is living from your heart instead of living from your head. We're going to talk about how to actually do that. Now, it's a hot topic because sometimes living from the heart, that phrase can come across as really wafty and a bit woo-woo. And while it is, it's also really, really important that we are living from our hearts. Especially as high achievers, I see so many of us put off the things that will really make us happy, put off the things that we'll really enjoy, and place achievements, place to-do list items, and place expectations that we think or that society thinks or that our family think that we should do in front of the things that will truly make us really happy, and place those things way outside into the future and not allow ourselves to really have a life that feels aligned and what it is that we truly want and truly love in this moment, whilst we also make the achievements happen and make the big things happen and do the things that, whether they are societal expectations or parental expectations or just things that you really want, you can have a life that you live from your heart and you can achieve. So the first point that I really want to make in this video is that living from your head is not a bad thing. Logic, thought, critical thinking, and our ability to remove ourselves emotionally from a situation are really helpful at times. For example, when you're feeling like a total victim and you're acting like your inner child and having a little hissy fit at the world and not getting anything done, or when you're really emotional and unable to make a clear decision, returning to logic will really help you to assess what's going on, to look at the past, look at your trends, look at your goals and come back to them, or in your business, look at the numbers and return to what's actually happening here as opposed to what you think should happen and what you feel like might happen. I think that's why it can get a really bad rap, living from your heart. And we lose ourselves, we lose our joy, we lose our happiness, we lose our joie de vivre and our zest for life. So living from the heart is incredibly important, but this does not dismiss being able to use logic and rationale and positive self-talk and visualization and head-based things to assist with living from the heart. Now, it's quite simple to do so, but it's not necessarily the normal or the norm. So it can feel a little bit difficult and a little bit clunky in the beginning. But to move from the head to the heart, some say it is the longest journey that someone can actually take. And in some respects, I believe that is true, because it's just like when you start to trust in your intuition or your gut feelings, which don't always make sense, it can feel scary. It can feel like you're kind of stabbing in the dark and taking a big risk and foreign. So it's okay. Just know that it's okay to take the journey from your head to your heart. Now, here's how to do it. Danielle Laporte says that feelings are facts. And I love this phrase because in her book, The Desire Map, she uncovers in such a poetic and beautiful way how to use your feelings to guide your life. Now, I want to take this a little bit deeper. In the peak performance world, in elite athlete world, in neurolinguistic programming, and with a whole host of other peak performance and personal development tools, they talk about visualization. Sitting down, closing your eyes and really visualizing or thinking about or imagining or picturing the thing that you want actually happening. And there's something magical that happens because the neurons that fire off in your body are exactly the same when you're imagining it to when you're actually doing it. So in other words, your brain and your body don't know the difference between you imagining something and it actually being real. So visualization is incredibly powerful. However, how many of us use visualization and still don't get results? There's a key aspect here that I want to add in. So this is, appealing to your logic mind while I'm also sharing something that's living from the heart. So have you ever really wanted something or not even realized that you really wanted something, but seen someone doing something really kind of cool or different and thought to yourself, oh, and it gives you a feeling in your body, it gives you a feeling in your belly or some kind of shift that just makes you notice that it was kind of appealing to you. Like maybe you saw someone just take off with a backpack and leave everything behind and go somewhere else. Or maybe you've seen someone experimenting with something new, like with cooking or with essential oils or with dressing differently or chopping off their hair or something. Or perhaps you've noticed somebody recently starting a business or enjoying a new skill in their life and developing it. And when you look at that person, or you read a book or you read a blog post or something, and when you look at it or you hear it, something in you just stirs. This is the piece that is the most important in reprogramming yourself for anything that you want. And this is called an intention. So the difference between a goal and an intention is that a goal is measurable steps. It's something that you can look forward to, you can measure, it's, within a certain time frame. You can say at the end of it, yes, I achieved that. Whereas an intention is actually a feeling. Okay? So it's something that you can return to at any point in time. And this is the bit where most people get confused, because we don't understand all the time that we can actually generate feelings in our body. We don't have to wait for a feeling to begin before we feel it. We are the ones who are in control of that. Side note, this works really well with motivation. So if you're struggling with motivation, don't wait for motivation to come. Actively generate the feeling in your body. Now, for some people, it will naturally be able to generate once you sit down and you have the intention, or you just generate it in your body. You just sit down and be in your body, be mindful and allow that feeling to generate. Others of us, especially the ones who are used to living in our heads and very, very logic-minded and very much the thinker and the analyzer and the debater within the head and hearing all the voices and stuff, it's easier to do this when you use a word to trigger an emotion. So by asking yourself, how do I want to feel? You can then go about, when generating those feelings in your body. And you don't have to do that by taking a whole lot of action. That's one way of doing it. You can feel that way by doing certain things. But living from the heart is about allowing yourself to generate those feelings in your body without having to do anything. Okay, now, I really want to stress here that this is the first stage. Living from the heart means doing things and acting from that space. But the distinction I want you to get here is that this is a place to come from, not a place to get to. So when you're saying, I want to feel this way, and this way, like I want to feel happy, I want to feel organized, I want to feel disciplined, it's not about going, okay, what can I do now to get to those feelings? It's about coming from that place. And that really is living from the heart. So it's about generating the feelings in your body. And then when those feelings are present in your body, that's when you make the decisions. That's when you have the conversations. That's when you take the actions. Because it's going to be ever so slightly different when you have different feelings in your body. So think about this. You're feeling angry at somebody, and you might have a conversation with them, and when you're feeling angry in your body, the words are going to come out so differently to if you pause, if you kind of hold back and you say, right, I actually want to feel calm and peaceful and whatever. And so you generate those feelings in your body, you have a completely different conversation. So living from the heart is a place to come from as opposed to a place to get to. And setting an intention and generating feelings in your body is a way to live from the heart as opposed to living from the head, assessing and making decisions and visualizing all the time. Now, when I was talking about visualizing before, what I meant by that was that when you're visualizing something, unless you feel it, you're not reprogramming yourself. So allow yourself, as you do your visualizations, to feel the feelings of these things happening the way that you want them to. This is what truly reprograms your body, your neurology, for what it is that you want. And your ability to live from the heart comes from when you take power and possession over your own intentions. You generate feelings in your body and you start to make decisions and act from and work from and speak from and live from that place, as opposed to taking actions in order to try and get you there. So I have a dare for you. I want you to leave me a comment underneath this video and tell me, what is your intention? How do you want to feel? And what are you going to do with it? So when you generate those feelings in your body, what becomes easier? What becomes nicer? So leave me a comment below this video and tell me that. Now, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please like it, share it, and if you know someone who could really use a little bit of help with living from the heart and exiting the head today, please just flick them an email with this video in it. I'd be glad to help. And you can dare them to take my dare as well. Thank you so much for watching. If you want more, you can come to hayleycarr.tv and sign up for my weekly updates. I share stories and I share insights and I share funny things and photos, as well as, all the goodies and information about upcoming events and dibs on first tickets. But you'll also get my free Unstoppable Starter Kit, which includes a meditation and some desktop wallpapers as well as an ebook that I wrote for you as well. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Stay curious, stay open. Bye.